Hi guys, Urena Magri here, and I would like to share with you some insights on the power of creating wealth. Now, we all have the power of creating wealth. As I shared with you in a previous video, the power to creating wealth really lies within you because you have the power to think, you have the power to learn, you have the power to create, and you have the power to adapt. So you really have all that you need to create your own wealth. It is within you. Start with what you have. But now I'd just like to take it just a little bit further and talk about personal and public victories that you can have on a daily basis, really. Usually, public victories do not come without inner personal victories first. It's like the fire and the wood. Which one comes first, the wood or the fire? Obviously, you have to have some wood first and put it in to receive some fire, to receive some heat. Personal victories, how do they look like? When I'm talking about personal victories, I'm talking about daily private victories that happen within you, that you get to experience while you are learning something, while you are applying something that you have learned, while you are interacting. It is like a renewal of the physical, the spiritual, and the mental dimension, and they all work within each other. It's like the interdependence thing happening there. Independence is, if I, for instance, say, well, I am an independent woman, I don't need anybody to look after me or to make it through life, etc., etc. That's very good. But interdependence means that I have the wisdom to recognize as an independent woman that I can learn so much more and I can create much bigger and better things with other people's input. And that's what's called interdependence. So unless you work on your other physical, emotional, or mental dimension, which are interdependent of each other, you will be a little bit on a downward spiral. But guess what? It works the opposite as well. Should you go for a run or a brisk walk, well, you know what? Your body will be suddenly functioning a little bit better, which will increase your capability of thinking better. You won't be as emotional about whatever is happening to you. So it all works together. Okay. Now with the to create a private victory every day, what does that take? You know, some successful books, or most of them really, talk about the daily input successful people have, significant people have, rich people have. What do they do that the mediocrity doesn't do? Well, they invest in themselves. They invest in their mind. They invest in their brain. They learn things. They apply new things. They're always willing to learn and willing to apply. They're always open-minded. They read. They invest at least 1 hour from their day daily into their physical, emotional, or mental state. So you can do that through reading a personal development book, biographies of the highly successful people, that sort of thing. You can listen to YouTube clips on motivation, inspiration, some new achievements. That is all feeding your personal victory, because out of that you will be able to place yourself in a position of public victory. Now there is another major part of that, and that is really your conscience. Because it is the secret of the upward spiral, if you want to call it that way, to create wealth. Obviously your conscience is a big part of it, and we all have a conscience. Some just choose to not listen to it, but when the conscience says something to you, it is very, very clear. So some people just ignore it and just sort of dampening the whole thought of it, and some people just say, okay, it is maybe not a good idea to follow, or yes, that's definitely a good thing. But the secret of an upward spiral is the renewal. Renewal is a principle and the process that empowers us to move on an upward spiral of growth and change and continuous improvement. And that's how you create wealth. It happens from the inside out. You need to change your inside first, which is obviously in here first. Then you really got to be convicted in your heart that what you believe is actually true. And it's true for you, because the hardest thing for someone to believe is that I can do it. The hardest thing for someone to believe is that they themselves can do that. Because a lot of people believe that all things are possible, which they are. But you know what? All things are possible to the people that believe. And like Anthony Robbins says, that all things are possible for the one that is committed, and it's for the greater good. Okay? So to have a meaningful and a consistent progress along that upward spiral, the conscience has to be clear. So I hope that has helped somebody. There is obviously so much more to having personal and private victories so you can shine in the public victory. But as I said, the secret of creating wealth really is not the mechanics. It is all psychology, and it starts in here first. So I wish you well with your growth. Don't stop learning. Every day, learn something new. Get inspired, get motivated, do something with your life. Here's you to success. Here, what is it? Here is to your success. All the best.